Because remember, y'all, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. So if you find someone that's successful and you do what they do, you'll have what they have. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. She was giving you examples from other successful people that she took. She's like, I took this from Elon. I took this from Jeff, right? Like she takes it from the most successful people and then she implements it and then gives it to you because success leaves clues, right? There's not a lot of stuff here to do. It's just, are we doing what we know? Are we doing what we know? And so these are just some reminders in here about now that we're heading into a 2026, we're heading into a brand new year. How big are your goals? How big are they? That was one of the things that she wrote down or that I wrote down, right? That goal gravity side, goal gravity makes sense. Makes sense. You need a big enough goal that all of the things that you need, right? Like start getting pulled into the gravity, the orbit of your big goal, of your big, hairy, audacious goal, that thing out there, that big God-sized dream goal that you are like, I have no idea how I'm going to make this thing happen, but this is the vision. This is what I want, right? Like that in and of itself, y'all, is something we all have to work on. We all, and again, not knowing each and every one of your situations, but we all grow up with a form of limiting beliefs. We all get to a place where we believe there's only so much that is possible. And anything outside of that is potentially impossible, something we can't do. Again, she talked about that word can't. You've heard us talk about that too, right? Whether you believe you can, whether you believe you can't, either way, you're right. So can't's probably not the word, probably not the word that you want to use because more than likely you can do it, right? But having big goals, I wrote down it sharpens your priorities. So you want to head into 2026 and you want your priorities to be in order. You want to make sure that like you understand what your intentions or in what you need to be intentional about, where your priorities lie. Will have a big goal because that'll sharpen your priorities very quickly. If you know that you have to go get to something that's major, you're not going to mess with the small things. That's just the way it goes. If you know that you're building a $10 million company, you might not have time to drive your aunt to the airport. Right? It's just not the way that it works. Just because your goal is so big, you're gonna have to prioritize things that typically you don't prioritize. So that's the benefit of having a big goal. That Dave Chappelle quote at any given moment, the one with the biggest dream is gonna win, right? Like that's why your dream and your goal needs to be big. Otherwise, you're living in somebody else's. If you don't design your life, someone will design your life for you. It's the way it goes. So, since we're here, let's go design our life. But that means your dream has to be big. That means your goals have to be big. She mentioned change your mindset. I don't have to touch on that too much anymore because y'all know that's the thesis. If you change your thinking, is when you're going to change your life. So you're going to have to change your mindset around some of those things. That exploitation versus exploration. She talked about that. Really, again, key things to understand, said in different ways, but it's true. Most people just try to iterate a little bit on what they feel like has already worked. They live out of their past memories and their experiences. Ooh, I think this will work. Oh, last time I tried this and it worked a little bit, and everything's just incremental. And then, like she said, your life turns out to be the life like everyone else's. Versus if you focused on exploring the exploration side, where you're doing things that you don't know how they're going to turn out. You've never been down that path before. Those big goals take you down a road that you've never seen. That's how we learn and grow. We just talked about this, I think Monday or, excuse me, on Friday. I can't remember when, right? In 177 Mental Toughness Secrets. It's about learning and growing. The only way we learn and grow is to step out and like do things that take risks, like we've never tried before, we've never done before. And then she goes to that place of saying that irreversible, right? Like talked about that Jeff Bezos, like kind of irreversible plan, that irreversible goal, right? What will you regret on your deathbed? What are the things that you would regret that your soul is saying, like, if I don't try this, When I'm 93, I'm going to be like, man, I wish I would have. What are those things? You probably want to start to figure that out now and start to do them so that when you are 93, you are not regretting it. You are not sitting there saying, I wish I would have. I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have done. I wish I wouldn't have done. Right? Like that's not a life to live. We only get one of these. So we got to take every moment to go after that life that we say that we want and the things that we will not regret down the line. Even if you fail, we've talked about failure on here. Even if you fail, you're not going to regret it. You tried. You can, as long as you continue to do it, continue to grow, continue to build on it, it's not failure anyway. But at the end of your life, at least you won't be like, man, I should have tried that. I should have stuck in there longer. I should have done this. No, just do it now. Do it now. This is your encouragement to do all this stuff now. Last, she wrote down, you got to name it, name your year, name, like it's a very interesting concept to just put a name to something. Again, that frames it for you, that gives you a focus. We talk about that word. It gives you an intentionality instead of, again, you guys know how this life works. You've been doing life for a long time now. I hope you're recognizing the patterns. That you'll get very motivated at the beginning of the year to change. And then come February, some life event's going to happen and it's going to knock you off track. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I never saw this coming. And now you're going to be out of it for a little. And then you're going to try to crawl yourself out of it. And then you're going to get smacked again. And you're going to be like, I never saw this coming. And then the goals that you had, now it's April and you're like, I can't even think about that because this is happening. I hope you know that that's like the pattern of life, right? Like until you kind of catch it and be like, oh, that's what's happening. The way you prevent that is by having something that keeps you focused. That even though the storms of life come, that even though the adversities come, you can go right back to focus and say, but this is what I said I wanted. And the enemy is just testing me to see if that's really what I want. That's all. Because you know, by jumping on these calls, that the adversity comes to make you stronger, to build the capacity to handle the life you're asking for. So every time the adversity comes and then you stop, then you slow down, then you change direction, then you say, oh, well, I guess this isn't for me. Well, I planned to do this, but I couldn't. It's literally just slowing you down from the goals that you say you want. So having this stuff written down, naming your year, saying this is what this year is going to look like for me, and then reading it to yourself, reflecting, like knowing that this is what's happening. When life starts throwing you the things, it's easy to be like, okay, I got it. I got to maybe take some time to handle this and put some energy over here, but I'm right back to focus because this was this year. I named this year. This is what it's going to be. This is how we get through this life, y'all. And as we head into a brand new year, you just got to remember, right? This stuff it happens over and over again. We're habitual creatures. The moment you can get aware of your patterns and of the patterns of life and your emotional patterns and all those things is the moment that you can change. Awareness is the first step to change. And so we got to become aware with the things that are happening around us. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, right? It says, world class is obsessed with their goals. No matter what, you got to get obsessed with your goals. Obsessed, right? Obsession is not a bad thing. Obsession is a good thing, right? It gives you a laser focus to something. Every superstar athlete will tell you, every top performer, right? Every artist, like they will tell you, you have to be a little obsessed and a little crazy to go after the life you want. That's okay. You don't want to be normal. Weird, rich, normal, poor, right? If you're normal, you're not going to be in the place you want to be. So getting obsessed, saying like, this is what I want and going after it is the key to getting to that life, y'all. It's the key. Here's what it says in the text. It says, average performers set their goals on New Year's Eve and don't look at them again until next New Year's Eve. The world class is a constant goal setting mode. In constant goal setting mode. Champions are goal setting machines. They know that the cornerstone of all achievement is mental clarity. Again, I just want that to sink in, right? Champions are goal setting machines. They know that the cornerstone of all achievement is mental clarity. How clear are you on exactly what you want? Professional performers are evolving so rapidly, they usually find it necessary to review and sometimes reset their goals on a daily basis. One of the secrets of their success is this daily exposure to their goals. Only 3% of Americans have clearly defined written goals, and less than 1% can identify their primary goal and objective in life. This attention to detail gives the great ones an incredible advantage over their middle class counterparts. As average performers begin to forget what their goals are because of lack of exposure to them, the pros are embedding their goals deep into their subconscious minds daily. Their minds are like guided missiles, always adjusting and correcting to maintain accuracy towards the target. Champions have a singleness of purpose most people will never take the time to discover, and this thought process allows them to climb higher every day. We happen to be at the end of a year, but this isn't the only time you're setting goals. We've been talking about goals all of 2025. This whole year, we jump on these calls. You hear me talk about the same stuff, setting goals, having a vision, having a plan, getting more mentally tough, getting more emotionally tough, handling the adversities that come. It's all the same stuff that we're just unlearning and relearning. Cody said something in there about your habits. Where did I write it down? Never lived before, haven't. Your life is built on the habits we haven't challenged, right? Your current life is built on the previous habits, the habits you've built, the mindsets you've built, right? Because habits come from your thinking. They come from your mindset. They come from the information you've received, your experiences, your observations, the teachings, the things you've been taught. That's how we get a mindset, a belief system. And those beliefs lead to our actions. Whatever we believe to be true, we do. If you believe, right, like school is going to help you, you're going to go to school, right? Like we do whatever we're thinking about. And so if our life is built on habits that we've established a long time ago that we have not challenged, then we have to start challenging our thoughts, the beliefs, the things that have been keeping us where we are, those beliefs. And so in order to do that, right, one, we got to sit down, we got to take some time with ourselves. I tell y'all this all the time. Me and my wife just had a spa day yesterday. This was our get ready for 2026 day, right? Shut off the phones and took 6-7 hours, right, at the wellness spa, and right, did all of our float tank and steam room, and right, we journaled, and right, all the good stuff that I tell y'all to do. Get quiet, right? Go get quiet, get your mind in the right place, shut off all the noise. I do the same things, right? Feeling rejuvenated. My skin probably looks good. No, no, but for real, right? Like it was a real good day. We got all this stuff written down. We know what 2026 is going to look like. We're already focused on it. We're like, all right, here's what we got to do. Here are the sacrifices we got to make. Here's the goals. Here's what we're getting to. We already kind of know. And so once we have that time and it's all written down, now it's time to execute. Now it's time to get obsessed with the goals. It's time to get obsessed with your health goals. It's time to get obsessed with your finances, right? It's like, let's lock in. Brand new year gives us an opportunity to change some things, to add in some things. And so that's my encouragement to all of you guys. Get obsessed with your goals, write them down. We're about to head into a brand new year. A brand new year. You get another opportunity. Again, some people out there are setting their goals for the first time ever. They never set goals. You guys should have them already written down, have a vision, because we've been talking about this stuff all year. But tomorrow is another chance to reset, another chance to be like, you know what, this next year, we're going to do some damage. We're going to do some different things. We're going to change our thinking, most importantly, so our life can change. We're going to dive into our personal development a little bit deeper. We're going to get a little bit more intentional about the life that we want. We're going to say, hey, we're going to put some of these things aside. We're going to leave some of these things back in 2025. We're going to get very intentional and focused on the life that we want to create and the life that we want to make happen, for not just for us, but for those around us. And we get another shot to do it, y'all. Happy New Year to y'all. I love you guys. I want y'all to win. I say it all the time, but it's true. I want y'all to win, right? I want your families to win. I haven't even met half of you and your families, right? But like I think about them. I want your families to win. I want you to experience the life that you don't need a break from. I want you to know that like these are the things that like you deserve in life, right? Like you deserve to live this life, but it just requires work. It requires going against the status quo. It requires you to do some things differently so you can get some different results, y'all. But that's what we're here to do. Don't do anything stupid tonight. Go out if you're going out, right? Have fun. If not, stay home, do a vision board, something like that, right? Keep yourself safe, and we'll be right back here on Friday the first Friday of 2026, the first morning mindset of 2026. I hope to see y'all back here then. Happy New Year, y'all. Love you guys. Take care. See you Friday.